My name is Ryan Fitzpatrick,
My name is Janelle Turner.
My name is TK Kenacrio.
and we will be representing a strategic analysis for Enterprise Rental Car.
Today, we will discuss the strategy analysis of the Enterprise Car Rental Company. The analysis examines external forces and internal resources to determine a firm's ability to respond effectively to the requirements of its external environment. Enterprise is a car rental company that rents cars, trucks, and motorcycles, as well as car sharings and car sales to households, travelers, road trippers, and those who have cars in the shop. The company has locations in the airport to cater to travelers and customers. The company started in 1957 by Jack Taylor and his family in St. Louis. The business expanded over time and now has 7,200 businesses locations in more than 30 countries. The company is under the umbrella of Enterprise Holdings and has 93,000 employees and 1.7 million vehicles worldwide. It is a family-owned private company that purchases cars from manufacturers and dealers and then rents them to its customers. Before diving into this strategy analysis of Enterprise, it is important to understand the 8 core values of the company, giving it its competitive advantage. 1. Our brands are the most invaluable things that we own. Enterprise's reputation is everything, and every employee has a stake to protect its brand and helping its business grow. 2. We work hard and we reward hard. We work hard and we reward hard work, meaning that they run a successful business that revolves around hard work. Commit to your responsibilities and your future, and you will receive the accolades and rewards that you deserve. 3. Customer service is our way of life. Their goal is to exceed every customer's expectations, and that starts with their people inside. One customer, one handshake. One delivered promise at a time. 4. Great things happen when we listen to our customers and to each other. Enterprise focuses on high level of service by taking the time to understand the needs of every customer and employee, and that leads them to new opportunities. 5. Personal honesty and integrity are the foundation of our success. Enterprise treats every person who walks through the door with respect. Whether it's a customer or employee, they're focusing on building loyalty, long-term relationships, and meeting their needs and earning their trust. 6. We strengthen our communities, one neighborhood at a time. The Enterprise business begins in the neighborhoods. They owe their success to the people in those communities, and they commit to supporting them and growing together. 7. Our company is a fun and friendly place where our teamwork rules. We like to have fun, as they feel. They like to push each other to even greater success. This is how their team grows, having a good time while working together towards a common goal. And 8, our doors are always open. Enterprise is an inclusive business from where their employees and customers to partners and business. They embrace the differences that makes them successful and unique.
Many strengths and weaknesses arise in the company's industry every day. For Enterprise, we're going to elaborate a little bit on what weaknesses affect them the most. Now, first would have to be the tangible resources. Now, an inadequate number of specific cars to rent for customers is very vital. Also, price fluctuations can impact the desired customer costs, possibly steer them away from the business. Therefore, customer decision making can vary in regards to competitor pricing and how they can be fully satisfied. When the customer comes to the office, they want to rent a car. When the car they want is not available, they get upset. When the car they wanted could possibly be switched to another kind of car, the price may differ, therefore increase the price that the customer desires. Now, some customers use rental insurance to rent a car. Not only does the insurance company have an already preempted quoted price for the car that they can get, if the car is not there, then the customer will incur an additional charge out of pocket for that said vehicle set in stone. Now, to go into this, we'll also discuss the relevancy of the problem and how it could potentially impact the performance. The problem could impact the performance of the company and trigger threats of the company as well. In the industry environment, rivalries among established companies such as Hertz, Avis, and Enterprise have intense competitions and intense rivalry among themselves due to lower prices and raising the costs. This can squeeze profits out of an industry which is a strong threat to the profitability of the company. Enterprise has many high fixed costs paying first on the purchase of vehicles to rent. The company is only making profit through renting the vehicles solely itself. If the demand rented vehicle is declining, the intense rivalry and lower profits could also occur among competition. The company will not only recover the fixed costs if the profit is low, but also arise threats in the industry environment when consisting of the bargaining power of prices. Customers have several car rental agencies to choose from, forcing the company to lower its car rental service charges to customers. Now, in the bargaining power of buyers, the consumer has an ability to bargain down the prices changed by the company that the other rental car agencies choose from. By lowering that cost, they cater to the customer's bargain and desires. Also, the customer can squeeze profits out of the company as well. In the general environment, two factors could affect the performance are economic forces and political and legal forces. First, economic forces, they can be affected by price inflation. Also, that could cause the car to increase, forcing the price of rent to increase, which also affects the customers. Now, the unpredictable price inflation in other countries can negatively affect currency exchange rates, rising prices of services and become uncompetitive on the global scale. Enterprise also has a worldwide operation that could be a threat for the company with high inflation when it occurs. Now, this could lead to price increases, which also affects the customers in a bad way. For instance, a person who travels to another country and rents a car, the relative price of that currency to the other country could be lower than it is expected to be, thereby making the services of enterprise rental less attractive to a foreign consumer. So, the company tries to keep from raising prices. This squeezes the company to offer services for less in real terms. The profitability of the company could be driven down. Now, for the political and legal forces standpoint, enterprise is susceptible to the tax regulation that is imposed by each state. Many states, counties, cities, and airports add on car rental taxes when car rental companies have to collect. For example, on top of standard sales tax, some have to ask the rental car companies to collect an additional percentage, and also the renter of the country pays another percent. The additional tax can increase the price's rental charge. In order for that to complete with low prices, the company tends to lower the prices before the tax can be competitive with other competitors. Now, this transitions into the cause of this problem that's arose. The causes of this problem is that the numbers of the vehicles to rent are not evenly spread out. There are more business travelers renting cars during weekdays, which cause a high demand for cars during the week. A high demand of cars on the weekend could cause the company to be unable to cater to the customers that have the same needs and desires due to the unavailability of the car. This could potentially lead to an inability to respond to the customer's needs. The inadequate number of cars to rent could affect consumer demand, not only when the customer goes to the agency to pick up the car they had previously agreed to get and it's not available, it'll also create a dissatisfaction of the customer, resulting in the research for another car rental agency to suit their needs. Now, the inability to respond to the customer's needs could affect the company's performance and competitive advantage. A customer who is dissatisfied with what they have or who feels oppressed by the company because of additional charges could spread their bad experiences to other social networking that could also affect the car rental industry in itself.
The solution to address the unevenly spread number of vehicles available is to do a forecasting of the number of travelers that possibly rent on the weekdays. By forecasting the number of customers, enterprise can cater all the customers' needs and therefore to achieve the low-cost strategy. Low-cost strategy is the ability to charge low prices and still makes profits. It protects the company's customer from switching to another agency. The recommendation is that they look at the trend of the number of travelers and with each model of car they are seeking. Always monitor the customer's feedback in order to respond the customer's needs. Another recommendation would be to analyze the car rental market to adjust prices compared to competitors. Price matching is always an option, but if the cost is lower than the market price, society is more susceptible to giving enterprise their business.